Good morning. Good morning. It's me, the Alpha Empath, and I just want to talk to you guys a little bit today about my morning meditation. So, my sleep last night was so peaceful. It was so peaceful, you guys, and I got so many spiritual downloads that I want to discuss with you guys today. But today we're going to be talking a little bit about consciousness. And what it means to be conscious, and what's the difference between ego consciousness and divine consciousness. That's what we're going to discuss today. So, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm an empath. And empaths tend to, when they go through trauma, their spirit disconnects from their body. Their spirit disconnects from their body. And it's almost like because they understand that something is totally fucked up for them to experience this deep trauma. It's like, what the fuck is going on in this 3D reality that we get down here and all we got to experience all this pain and shit? No, no, no. We're going to go our motherfucking ass back to sleep because we don't want to deal with that. Okay. So our spirit goes back to sleep and then we are left with the shell. Now, the shell does have of consciousness, a small little level. It's more like a template. It's more like running on automatic. So this shell is then conformed by outside forces. And for years, I knew me to be the shell. I thought that I was the sum and the total of what society told me that I was. But we are not. We are not. That is the mask that you wear as you are walking about in this 3D reality. But here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. When I almost died and lost my life, that is when I decided to wake up. My spirit decided to wake up. And it decided to wake up because I was at this state in my life where I was ready to just get rid of every fucking thing and love me. And it's crazy. It's crazy because I knew that while I was walking around in the shell, I had great love for everybody else, but I didn't have great love for me. I didn't have any great love for me. And it took me almost losing my life to awaken that great love. But by awakening that great love, I also awakened the great spirit within me. And when that spirit awakened, I recognized it to be somebody that wasn't what I knew to be me, because this energy, it felt different. It was bold. It was honest as fuck. I mean, like brutally honest. It didn't give a fuck. It was free. It wasn't a slave. And I didn't even recognize that I had still been a slave. But I was a slave to public opinion. I was a slave to ego-driven desires, my need to fit in, my need to be loved, instead of understanding that the only motherfucking thing that I needed to do was love myself. So here I am. I'm sitting with an Indian guru in a forest type ranch area, and I'm feeling this newness in me, this newness in me. And when I like to call this newness in me, I call her Black Dragon. When she awakened, the first thing she said was, okay, we sick of all this motherfucking shit. We tossing all this shit off the goddamn table. And I was like, in my ego consciousness, because that's still a part of me, I'm like, hold up. What you mean we tossing all of this off the table? And this divine, strong being within me was like, we turning over all the motherfucking tables that you have created, and I'm going to take the reins now. I'm in control. We killing everybody in this bullshit ass life that you have created. We going to be killing them like Game of Thrones. Ned Stark, dead. Wife, dead. Husband, dead. Daughter, dead. Every motherfucking body's going to have to get the fuck out. That's not in alignment. And I'm going to be real with you. It was scary. It was scary as fuck for me because my life was being, with ego consciousness, at least I felt like I knew what was going on. But this divine being in me, it thought completely different. The divinity in me There's no fear. And when there is no fear and you're guided by divine love, you also have divine boldness. And I was able for the first time to go back into that life that my ego consciousness had created and said, this fucking life ain't worthy of me. It's not worthy of me. I am a creative source. I come from source, and we gonna create something different or we gonna fucking die. One or the other. It ain't gonna be no in the middle. We gonna create something that we love or we gonna fucking die. Period. So my life started falling into place. But from the outside, it looked like it was falling apart. But no, it was falling into place. And I began to trust in this divine consciousness in me that was telling me it's going to be okay. Divorce his motherfucking ass. Divorce him? Yeah, divorce him. But our body is sick. We've had, sicknesses in our body. He might win in the court case. We don't want to get rid of our son. There's just so many different obstacles. There's so many different things that we need to fucking consider. And the divine consciousness in me hit me in the motherfucking face. Bitch, wake the fuck up. Don't you understand that he's still wearing the motherfucking mask and I'm running the show now? Do you really think that the mask is going to be able to out excel the divine consciousness within you? He's still wearing the mask. We got this. And I began to walk by faith and not by sight. And I'm not kidding you guys. Everything that I was seeing, it was scaring my ego. Because the ego is based on fear consciousness. So I would be like, hold up. What if this happens? What if this happens? The ego goes into overthinking. The ego goes into everything has to be rushed. Everything is about planning for the future. But divine consciousness is not like that. It actually makes you slow down. It makes you slow down. It makes you simplify your life. It makes you see that everything that this world is killing themselves over is complete bullshit. That's what it makes you see. And I saw that. So as I began to trust in me, see, I had learned in ego consciousness that it is better to trust in everybody else. See, because I was a slave and I trusted in my masters. It didn't matter if the masters was my organization, my corporation, my job, my husband, my children. It didn't matter what the master was. I trusted in that. But when I became the master of my own universe, that was a completely liberating fucking experience. Then the divine consciousness in me said, okay, I done got rid of the ex-husband. Then divine consciousness said, okay, it's time to let go of the daughter. I said, hold up now. That's my baby girl. I can't let go of her. Divine consciousness said she has some lessons to learn. Let go. And in my ego, I was consumed with fear. Well, what's going to happen to her? I'm her mother. She don't have anybody else but me. And my divine consciousness said, it's time for the divine consciousness within her to awaken. And you can't awaken it in her. She has to awaken it by showing herself divine love. She has to go through all of her fears. So let her go so she can awaken. And I let her go. And then I said, okay, we've let go of the husband. We've let go of the kids. We good now. And divine consciousness said, no, we not good. Let go of your career. I said, no, but I'm real good at that. Yeah, you real good at it, but we don't settle for good. We do what's great. And I said, but no, hold up. This is where my money gonna come from. Where's all these things gonna come from that I need? And the divine consciousness within me said again, we got this. See, divine consciousness is forever connected with source, and source understands the bigger picture. See, in ego consciousness, we only see a small little piece. And because we don't see that everything's been worked out, we walk about on eggshells. But divine consciousness knows and believes that the plan has already been worked out and will give you the step and say, trust in the motherfucking step because I see the plan. And as you trust in the step, your ego consciousness dies and a new one is reborn. But the mask that you wear now is a mask that was created by your divine consciousness instead of external outside influences. See, you're now being able to choose the role that you want to play. And behind the mask that your authentic nature created, you see your consciousness peeping out of the mask and helping everybody. Well, that's how mine works. I don't know how yours works, but that's how mine works. But when you do it this way and you allow your ego to die and be reborn under divine submission, you get and you end up walking in peace. See, I have peace now because I got out of my fears. I have peace now because I learned how to walk by faith. I have peace now because I gave up control. And I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you and tell you that it was fucking easy. It was not fucking easy. What I'm going to tell you is that it was easier than walking with the fucking mask. Because when you walk in the mask, you are tormented because there's no trust. You don't know what the fuck's going to happen. And you have to work yourself to death trying to control everything. It is easier, not easy, but easier to wear the yoke of divine consciousness than to wear the yoke of of ego consciousness. One's heavy and one's light. What I'm asking you is to put on the yoke that is light, put on the burden that is easy, put on divine consciousness. I hope that makes sense to you guys this morning. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow at the same time, 8:30. Bye-bye.